Welcome, Algebra, to another fun-filled lesson on direct variation today. Direct variation, the name, it kind of says it all. Two numbers or two variables will directly vary with each other. It's a little bit, I think of it almost like a stair step. Okay, think of what stairs do. Pretend that this stair was 8 inches up, and then it was 12 inches in. Then 8 inches up, and 12 inches in. 8 up, 12 in, 8 up, 12 in, 8 up, 12 in. Okay? These are called risers, these are called treads. That doesn't matter, but do you see what happens is, as the risers go up 8 inches, for every 8 inches they go up, the treads go 12 inches in. Okay? They vary in direct proportion to each other. And if you look at it, what's going to happen is this is going to turn out to be a straight line. Okay, my line's a little crooked, but whenever something varies directly, it's going to turn out to be a straight line. Whether it's your bank account, every month you deposit $20, and if you deposit $20 every month, think what's going to happen. Okay, you're going to have a graph. This is going to be the time. This is going to be the amount of bucks you have. You're going to start off at 0. You go over 1 month, up 20. Over 2 months, up 40. Over 3 months, up 60. And it's going to turn out to be a straight line. Okay, does that make sense? If you think about it, the slope of the line that we just talked about yesterday is going to be the amount that it varies by. Let me try to make that a little more plain. Direct variation is always going to be in the formula y equals k times x. X and y you already know. Those are just points on a graph. The k, and I don't know why they use a K. I think it might be from the German or something else. Oftentimes in math they use different languages, so the numbers look funny, or the letters look funny, but this is called the constant. See, if we did it in English, I think we'd use a C, of proportionality. Proportionality. Oh, no. Proportionality. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so y equals kx. So if I do just a regular graph here, okay? And I had a line, I'm going to try to hit, let's see, there. And I'll try to hit the origin, and if I draw a relatively straight line, there I have a straight line. What direct variation is saying is that for every amount that I move up in y, I move over the same amount, not the same amount, but a certain amount in x. And then up the same, over the same, up the same, over the same. It's like stair steps again, and it's going to give you a straight line. This value, again, is going to be, just another way of saying, the up and over business is rise over run, which is slope. And remember, that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I tried to hit over 4, up 3, so 4, 3, and I tried to hit 0, 0. So if they show you a graph like this and they say, what is the constant of proportionality? You simply just subtract the y's. 3 minus 0 is 3. Subtract the x's. 4 minus 0 is 4. And that is the same as the slope, which is the same as the constant of proportionality. Okay? Oftentimes, you're not going to use this really in graphs. You're going to use it in story problems. And they'll tell you things like two things are related directly to each other. For instance, you probably know that distance equals rate times time. If you didn't know that, just quickly think about it. If you're going 55 miles an hour for an hour, that's a rate, 55 miles an hour. 1 hour, you go 55 miles. Okay? So they'll give you a story problem like John was heading to Spokane, which is 300 miles away. If his rate varied directly and he traveled for 6 hours, how many miles per hour would he be going? So you don't know R, and you do know time, which was 6. And so you just simply set up the problem, and even though I know it has an R now, this is still of the same form as y equals kx, and you're just going to solve for the k. We don't know R, so divide by 6, and R equals 50. Okay, he's going to have to go 50 miles an hour if he reaches it, if he wants to get there in 6 hours. Okay? So you'll have story problems again, and they'll just make it plain that things are varying directly as each other. Okay? So direct variation, simple concept. It'll come up more as we start talking about graphing lines for obvious reasons, because it gives you a line. And it's the same concept as, almost the same concept as slope, what we talked about yesterday. Okay, that's it.